welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. Belmont weekend is coming up, and we are loaded with great races to talk about. Today, we're going to look at the dirt sprints on Belmont Day, including the Met Mile. I know it's a mile. Some people consider it a glorified sprint or whatnot, but I'm lumping it in with the sprinters because there's a ton of speed in that race. We are going to draw for Friday's Split the Pot contest. So make sure you stick around to see if your name is drawn so you can contact me for the $20 Friday Split the Pot bet. If you're not familiar with the contest, all the commenters to my recent videos go into a draw. We spin the big wheel. The winner gets a $20 bet on me. And if we win the race, win money, we split it. So, if you want to get into the draw, it's free and easy to do. You subscribe to the channel first and foremost. You click that like button, leave a comment using the hashtag BHS. The commenters, you have to leave a comment to get your name in the draw. That's the main thing. So, give me your best bet of the three races that we're going to cover today in separate videos. The True North is going to be one of them. Then we have the Met Mile and also the Woody Stevens. And I do have to say this quickly, weather report, it does look a little bit grimmer than it did earlier in the week, similar to what happened Kentucky Derby Day. It looks like the rain's going to come in Friday afternoon. This is just right now, last time I checked. And then it looks like quite a bit of rain on Saturday. So if this is the case, the turf could be compromised, along with a sloppy sealed track, could be imminent. So keep an eye out on all that as we approach, and I will update you as I release more videos up to Friday and into Saturday. So let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Race number 8 is going to be the Met Mile, and that is for 3-year-olds and upward, open company. Really, really stacked field. Not a huge field, but a stacked one nonetheless. And the reason why there is not a stacked field is if you can see over here for the starting, this is called the Wilson Chute. If you're not familiar with it, it's a little mile chute. It's off to the side over here, so it makes a very fast break up until you hit this turn 1 right here, just below the speed figure. You can see it. So that usually indicates the inside post positions have more of an advantage, but they never have more than 7 or 8 in this race. I think 10 is the absolute maximum that they can actually have run this race. So I've watched it for the last couple of years, and usually the inside post and the fastest horses get it done. So let's start with the fastest horse coming from the one post. It is Todd Pletcher's Fierceness. Johnny V rides once again. And the Ali Sheba, if you had not watched, the Ali Sheba was a spectacle to behold. People are poo-pooing this early fraction of -9 right here because they went a 24-second opening quarter. But, you know, he was tracking the pace, so did a good job there. And then once they hit the stretch drive, he absolutely unleashed it and set the track record, by the way. You can see 140 for a mile and a 16th race. This horse can absolutely fly. You can see the early speed figures, 112, 126 in the Breeders' Cup Classic. I think you're going to see similar numbers to this. This is going to be the first race since, I guess, way down here in the Champaign, which was a terrible race going a mile. I mean, that's just a complete toss. But you can see the first race at 11 length victory, setting a 101 for your maiden breaker. That's pretty strong. At Saratoga, mind you, in the mud. So if we do get like an off track, Fierceness is no stranger to that. I think you're just going to see this one just get unleashed, and the fury will roll. So Fierceness, very deadly. The Holy Bull was blah blah. It bounced back in a huge way to win the Florida Derby. Then the disappointment run for the Roses came back with a vengeance to win the Jim Dandy and Travers. Led to that huge showdown where he just was balls out at Del Mar, and really, really excellent race with Most Wanted in the Ali Sheba most recently. So he's going to be a tough nut to crack. White Abario, number 2, obviously one that gets down and dirty. But you can see he was stuck in the outside 6th post last year when National Treasure won it. and he was never a factor in the race whatsoever. So I don't know what that means for him because that was coming off the Saudi Cup trip, and he was not himself in the Saudi Cup. So, but he had plenty of time off to come home and get reacclimated. So his first off was terrible, but then he went and then he took got back with Rick Dutrow and went right back at it and nailed this optional claimer. Rest is history. The Pegasus World Cup Invitational. He's better. I believe you can see the average win distance does seem to indicate that he can run these distances, but I really think that he's better at more of the classic distance. He's shown he can get the mile and a quarter, obviously winning the Breeders' Cup Classic, and he does flash early speed like he did in the Ghost Zapper. So it's going to be an interesting duel. I mean, obviously you can see even money in 9 to 5 on your morning line odds. I mean, I don't want to call it a two horse race, but kind of the way it's leaning. And then you have Castle Chaos, who's kind of a filler. Uh, then we have Robert Falcone, the New York mob boss, Flavian Pratt. So picked up the great jockey, but I don't think he can close out either of these top two horses pressing him. So we're going to pass on that. Okay, it's time to spin the big wheel for the Friday split the pot bet. And what I do is I spin the wheel 3 times. The first name drawn is the winner. They win the $20 bet. And then I draw 2 more names for backups, just in case I don't hear from the winner. And what you'll need to do if you win is contact me via my email address, BILLYAH35 at yahoo.com. Or if you follow me on X at Billy Ho Sports, you can message me there as well. Okay, DJ, you know what to do. Spin that wheel. Congratulations, Elijah or Eli. I think it's Elijah. She had corrected me before on that. But anyway, go ahead and hit me up to claim your prize. You know what to do. Walter Brown and Charles Badrock, you are on deck just in case I don't hear from the winner. So let's continue on with the show. Now, Just a Touch is a very interesting one. Trained by Brad Cox, he was kind of the wise guy horse back in 2024 in the Kentucky Derby because coming off that huge bluegrass effort where he got second, got clipped by Sierra Leone, but he obviously fell on his face badly in the Kentucky Derby. Then came back and fought pretty hard, but lost to Henro, who's just kind of an average horse at best. I would say as the odds-on favorite. And then even bigger odds on favorite, he dropped down to this 53. That was after the layoff. So he made his debut in March. Really nice spot to land in. Brad Cox is no dummy. He roasts them by 10, going mile and a 16th, and then tears ass again at the optional claiming for 80K. So maybe he's ready to step back up. I hear tell from people in the know that this Justified colt looks really good. So, I mean, you never know. Some kind of freak effort, a horse that definitely can jam on the front end and really runs a long way. I mean, you can see those early speed figures, and he still has monster hundreds for late pace figures, back to back 104s. That's tough. Sharp workout, but is he ready for the prime time again? I mean, he's faced prime time company. He's got a second place in a grade 1 at Bluegrass and a second place in the Gotham grade 3. So this one is definitely a most interesting colt. And then you have Raging Torrent, trained by Doug O'Neill. He's known for his prowess as a sprinter, multiple graded stakes wins. The grade 2 Pat O'Brien, when he beat the Cali sprint star, the chosen Vron, put him on the map, so to speak. But then really didn't do well in the Breeders' Cup sprint. Came back and won the Malibu, beating Stronghold and Imagination, which, that's kind of average is best. But the Godolphin Mile, he goes over to Medellin in Dubai and got it done there too. So that was going a mile. This is right in his wheelhouse. Frankie Dettori rides. But I'm not going to get there with him on this one, but you could include in exotics and I wouldn't fight you on that one bit. So, like I said, the Godolphin Mile, he beat Mufasa, eh, Little Vic, eh. He's in the deep end of the pool now, so we'll see what he's got. Raging Torrent, and that rounds out the field actually. So, what are we going to do here? Well, I'm going with heart and soul on number one, Fierceness. I do love White Abarrio. I do think it's kind of a two-horse race, but I do give Raging Torrent a chance as well. Raging Torrent, very good, also, and just a touch. So, I mean, it's just a touch. I think maybe a bit of a wild card if the Justified Colt has one of those freak efforts in him. He couldn't handle the 20 horse field in the Kentucky Derby, but dialing it back, he was very there. And two for two in allowance company this year, beating horses like Gould's Gold and Skinner. So, I'm not really sure what to work with there. But I was really, really high on Fierceness and that grade two Ali Sheba. Most Wanted took him to the brink, but he cleared Most Wanted pretty easily down the stretch. But Most Wanted was going to be the favorite in the Blame Stakes the following week, and then decided to go race Sunday in just like an allowance, like a weaker field race. But he rolled quite easily in that race, so he's building up his endurance and momentum for probably bigger and better things down the road. So probably in hindsight was a good move by Brad Cox doing that. But so we're going Fierceness on top, the number one. Then you can go just a touch White Abarrio. I'll look for some value. I might just do a 1-4 exacta box because maybe I'll just predict that White Abarrio, something about the Wilson shoot he don't like, and that little one awkward turn. So maybe that's something to say. So we'll see what happens. Just a touch in there as well. So I had this original thought with the trifecta key, the one with the two and the five, but I definitely won't leave out that four. So just coming down to a bet. Maybe if I can get above even money on Fierceness, maybe I'll just plunk it all down on Fierceness and call it a day, or just enjoy the race in general. But Fierceness is my pick to win. So remember to sub to the channel to get in the draw, leave that comment. And I really do appreciate everybody joining me on this Triple Crown journey. But I really do hope you stay engaged because over the summer, there are some really blockbuster high level stakes down the road. And you can find all that coverage right here on Billy Ho Sports. So until next time, we'll see you soon.